All right, back. Here it is. This is my SCX24 Ford Bronco. I have done a lot of work to it. I have aftermarket wheels and tires. These are a lot squishier and a lot softer than the stock tires, which is what this back one is. The back one was a plastic rim and not bad tires. They're actually Nitto branded tires. They're pretty cool. But these guys here are actually focus a lot softer. They're actually metal wheels and they bead lock, so this thing stays on there really good. The SCX24 stock is a pretty capable little crawler. It's not a world beater by any means, but it's a cool, fun little crawler. My brother's got one. He's had his longer than mine, and his is pretty much stocked. If it's not completely stocked, I don't quite remember. And when he has fun, I mean, mine can go more places and stuff, and does some crazier, cool looking things. Because I don't have springs on my shop, so I can get that real long travel. That his doesn't do because he has springs in there, but he can just drop those springs, and the stock shops do pretty well. I have aftermarkets, but you can actually use the stock ones. It has the little accessories up here. The gas tanks and stuff don't come off, but the off-road ramps do. And I mean, I guess in theory you could use them. Let's say you get stuck in some mud and you can wedge them up under the tire like you would just like a real one, and it would give you a little more traction to get out. I have tried to use them, but not with much success, and not really like in dirt or anything like that. If you notice, I got like Trill and Endura stickers. That's just because they come with the parts, and why not stick stickers on my RC? But let's get under the hood and show you what we got going on here. There we go. The first thing I'm going to go talk about is not a performance upgrade, but it is these guys. I just got little LED lights for the tail lights just because I think that looks good. I also, the bodywork, I trimmed out the fender wells front and back because I was getting a lot of tire rub and stuff, especially once I dropped the suspension way down like it is. What else have I changed? The main big thing that you're probably noticing if you know about these things is I have a different. I mean, it's a stock chassis rails, but I have a different battery tray and servo holder. They are. I forget the company. I'll look it up and I'll have words probably right here that tells you what it is. It's like Dirty Bastard Racing or some shit like that. That's not it, but it's something. Somewhat similar. Other upgrades I've done, obvious ones, is going to be these. I'm not going to check that one out, but I have another one here. These 900 milliamp hour batteries. They're about 3 times the thickness and weight of the stock battery. And with this battery tray, it's moved up front. The stock battery sits in the back. Uh, this chassis setup moves it to the front, moves the servo to the back. So now I got more weight up front with my servo. Speaking of the front servo, I do have the Emax upgraded servo. It's a little more powerful than the stock one. See if I can get that to focus. I don't know if it will. But like I said, it's just a little Emax servo. And I do have the aluminum servo arm, and steering linkage. I also have aluminum diff covers on the front and the back. There's the back one there. And I have long travel. I think these are 42 or 43 millimeter. There we go. Travel suspension. I took the springs out of them because I don't need them. Get more travel without them. I got a nickel on top of the servo just to bring more weight up front so it doesn't want to tip back. And all this weight up front has worked out pretty well. One thing, these wheels, they actually came with their own, with spacers. So they are spaced out a little bit. And the spacers they came with, I can run on the back, and they're big, beefy trail spacers. And they're awesome. I can run them on the back, no problem. It works just fine. But I have these big fat metal steering knuckles up front here, and these are probably 2-3 times the size of the stock ones and way more. But because of those, the spacers I had in the front, they just, you couldn't tighten down the wheel because it would just rub right up against that, and then make it to where it just ain't going anywhere. I did try to like run them a little bit loose, and it worked for a while until I lost my whole wheel. That was not cool. So I got these spacers that are in here now, and they're just little hexes, nothing special. But they are brass, and they do way more than the plastic ones. I do have an 050 motor. This is an aftermarket motor. It's a little bit bigger than the stock motor and a little more powerful. And with that is this transmission plate that came with it, that purple bit there. It's just metal. I don't think that really affects the how it performs that much. The plate itself, the motor, it does. And on the bottom side, you can see all my linkage. I got extended linkage arms all the way around, and I do have extended metal drive shafts, which is a big deal because when if you notice, I've got my suspension. The top of my suspension actually mounted to my frame instead of the suspension spots up there. Do that to have more wheel travel, and also I just think it's better to have it in metal instead of plastic. But in doing that, it made my front drive shaft too short. So anytime I got like that while it was running, the drive shaft would come apart, and then I would be doomed to only have rear wheel drive. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take this up to the park. Do a little bit of crawling around. As you can see, it is focus. Oh, come on. Yeah, you can see it is 103 degrees Fahrenheit outside. So I'm not going to spend much time crawling it around, but I'll go out there and just give you some cool action shots. But stay tuned. Just a quick tabletop drive, just to give you an idea of how it performs and its size. Just to give you an idea, there's a 9-volt battery. It's a pretty small RC, but it is pretty capable. Pretty mighty for its size, if you ask me. Let's see if I can't get my camera set up to where you can see this, and I'll be right back. All right, this seems to be pretty good. So I'm just going to climb up on my laptop bed there just because that's what I have. And like I say, it's not a fast truck, but it's not slow. I mean, well, I guess it is slow. It's a rock crawler. It's supposed to be slow. Hello there, having issues right away. There we go. But like I say, it climbs like a champ. Like a champ. For some reason, it actually seems to climb a little better in reverse. Awesome little truck, though. Let's go outside. All right, y'all, headed up to the park. I mean, just a little the bus park. They got little runways or routes and stuff. Well, I tell you, it is hot. Boy, it is hot. We're looking at 103 degrees outside today. I mean, that's what my watch is saying. I'm sure the real feel is more. It's a high of 105. So yeah, I'm not going to be out here long, and I don't suggest anyone else do. And just a public service announcement: if you are not from Texas and you're not used to this, you might not want to move here because it's fucking hot, but it's beautiful and I love it. But yeah, I'm about to be at the park, so see you in a bit. That didn't go exactly as planned. I got some good rock crawler footage, but I lost a wheel. Luckily, my spacer and my nut were able to be found, so I can get it back on there. I just don't have tools out here. But yeah, wheel just came off. Not even trolling. I was just driving down the sidewalk. Had a little mishap. Just didn't push play a couple times, but I got some footage. It'll be an alright video, maybe. Who knows? I gotta do something. Peace.